put our point taper on the end of our arrows. And I like to use these hand tapering tools, but I'm lazy deep down inside, so I have made some tools to speed things along a little bit. I made this part to fit on the end of it so you can chuck this thing up in a drill. No more blisters. Any of you guys that have done this a bunch by hand know you're going to get a bunch of blisters. The ends that come with these things are 5/8 inch in diameter, and a 1/2 inch drill won't quite get wide enough, so I made up these other ends. Now also, these little things have got a real short surface plane when you run your shafting in there, and if you don't, have a perfect setup, then it's tough to spin a straight point on there. But I've made another part to go onto these. It's 6 inches long, and I'll show you where to pick these up at the end of the program. But boy, does it really speed things up on lining up your shafting. You stick your shafting in there and just cut that point taper right there real quick and easy, and slides right on there. Now what the reason behind this is because we're going to temporarily glue these sacrificial points to the shafts, and that's going to be our spot to work from while we're spinning these on the tapering jig. We can chuck that point up and not injure the shafting. From this point out, we don't want to put our shafting in any drill chucks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck up this tapering tool. I've got to switch it around from one end to the other, and we'll put the knock-ins on these, and then we'll finish sand them. That's why we don't have a real long taper on them. Oops, the other end there we go. We're going to finish sanding these things down with some 220 sandpaper, which I didn't get. I'll have to go get that here in a second. But we'll put the knock-ins on these, and they'll be a little bit big, and they'll be just right by the time we get them sanded down by with finished paper. Once again, boy, those babies really spin nice and straight. Never again am I going to do these things by hand. Oops, chuck it up, guy. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get some finished sandpaper, and oh yeah, just a little bit oversized. That's beautiful. Just beautiful. Perfect fit on the knock, our taper on our shaft, blending into our main shaft, a beautiful little arrow. And this spins like a top, folks. It's a beautiful little arrow. Connie, I wish this one was mine. That's something. And that's all there is to it. You can do this at home yourself.